Oh, we were getting so close, and now I don't know what to do. Help. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. T here, and in today's video, we'll be doing a solo playthrough of Battlecrest from Buttonshy Games. Over the course of the game, I'll give a tutorial about how the game is played. Be sure you stick around for the end of the video, where I share my thoughts about the game in general. A huge thank you to Buttonshy for providing me with a copy of the base game and expansion to share with you today. Without further ado, though, let's get started. So here's a solo game of Battlecrest set up and ready to play. Over the course of the game, we're going to be playing as one of the characters. In this case, will be Whispyr and her minion Aura, trying to defeat our AI opponent. For this game, we'll be playing versus Akehna. Our goal is to deal 12 points of damage to Akehna before she can deal 10 points of damage to us by using different abilities and managing our position on the map. So to start, we're going to shuffle up the 6 map cards and lay them out in this pattern with a diagonal and then 2 cards in the corners. We're then going to place our character diagonally outwards from the higher number location, and Akehna opposite of us. If you have a minion, they're going to go in front of you right next to. Akehna is technically up here, FYI, but it's a little hard to fit everything on camera, so she'll be right here for now. Important to note that the locations and all the other cards should have their starting side face up. Then we're going to lay out our health trackers for each character respectively. The health will be marked, as you can see, to the leftmost of our skill cards to show how much health our character has before flipping over to its damage side later on in the game. Then we're going to shuffle up the Imperator deck, which is the AI deck for our solo character, and pull out the unique solo card for our character, which will delineate specific types of things that will happen throughout the game. So on our turn, we're going to take any 2 different actions. We can take a move action, where we're going to add up the sum of all of our ability cards and move that many spaces. Lines, we can move through friendly cards, not through enemies. We cannot move through locations unless they have these shortcut icons. Any movement has to be completed in an orthogonal fashion, and we always have to be touching one of the location cards, either orthogonally or on a diagonal on a corner. Another action we can do is we can use one of our ability cards. The ability cards allow us to do different things, such as attacking, moving around the board, pushing other characters, and we can complete the top and bottom if there are more than one option in any order we choose. When activating a star, you can either activate a star on one of your characters, or if you are adjacent to a location that has a star icon, you could use that in lieu of your character's star, but you can only use 1 star per turn. You can also prime a card by turning it to its side and making the crest available. These crests will be really important for boosting other actions later on. Now, we've already talked about movement, but there are 2 other really important concepts for the game. One is going to be attacking. There will be different types of attacks at various ranges and damages. When you attack, you're going to specify a target or targets based on the type of attack, and then your opponent will be able to tap a card in order to use the defense icon and reduce damage for most basic attacks before taking the rest of the damage and moving their health tracker. Another important thing are the locations. As you can see, there are some grayed out and also beige icons, which will boost different actions like attacking, range, or defense, or movement. And once these are used, we'll flip the card over to its other side, which will grant us the ability to utilize the other bonuses on the location card in later turns, provided that we are next to them. Last thing you can do on your turn is refocus. So any of those previously tapped cards will actually flip to their alternative sides and be placed back up vertically and ready to go. Now on the AI's turn, they're going to move, if possible, to the spot with the most active bonuses. The compass will always be a tiebreaker if there are spots that have multiple actions available. Then they're going to, using the selection tool, activate one of their face-up cards. And then if they have action cards equal to or less than this value here on refocus, then they will refocus, which is going to allow them to flip over their cards and reset them vertically. So that's a quick and dirty version of the rules. You're going to see how all this plays out throughout the playthrough. So we're just going to jump in here and get started. And we're always going to start with our character. So Whispyr here currently has a move value of 6. She can attack any card adjacent to her, which is this medium range icon. We also have a ranged attack, which we can do. We can fly, which allows us to bypass any obstacles on the map and just pick up and put her down. We can use force to shove our opponent. So is there a way that we can get over there and do anything cool? Here we would be able to perform an attack, a ranged attack, that's the bow, at a distance of 4. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, again, Akehna is up here technically, so that won't quite reach. But perhaps we can, before we do that, fly, no, to get over there. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think we're just gonna have to move closer into position to try to get some different benefits here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a move action as our first action, and we're gonna be able to move up to 6, which could get us in range. So let's see, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, shortcut, 5, and then we could do 6 here. And this would allow us to be in range to do our ranged attack. If we get to here, we can also do a range of +1. I don't think we want to be that close to Akehna, although the AI bonus can hit no matter where we are. That is one thing to note. So it doesn't matter how close, we might as well just get as close as possible to this lady as we can. So we're going to take our move action of 6 first. Or do we want to fly and do some crazy stuff? It's so hard to think. Yeah, we'll just move as close as we can. Maybe if we move here, there will be some shieldy bonuses we can get later. So we're gonna move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna not use that last 6 one. We can attack for 2 at a range of 4. Oh, which we can get to her from where we are, not from the location. 1, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we use a star icon, and that'll flip and give us +2 to our defense, which would be awesome. So I don't know that we need this fly action. Oh, and before we do that, we can move Aura. They always, oops, we should start her on our correct side. She can always move for 3. So we'll go ahead and move her to one of these spots. 1, 2, 3, where she'll get a bonus move potentially later on. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and activate one of our cards, I think, since we can't do another move action. If we prime this card, it'll give us +1 to our attack here with this symbol. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. So we are going to fly 4. I don't want to do that. So instead, we're going to go ahead and activate a star. We want this double icon, so we're going to go ahead and activate the star on here to attack 2 at a range of 4. So I'm going to flip that so I don't forget to. Once we activate a location, the card always flips. We attack 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to do that, we're going to discard the top card of our Imperator deck. And we can see our defense is +1. So first we're going to select the rightmost card, which has the 2 on it, unfortunately. So we don't do any damage because we're attacking 2 and she has a defense of 3, but it does tap one of her cards, which is good for us. And we don't want to use the fly action, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Akehna's turn. We're going to start by discarding the top card. So movement. She has a movement of 4 currently, and there's a double icon here. We're in the spot with 4 icons, which is the best spot on the board. Double icon is going to be the next best one. So she's going to move right up here. And then they're going to activate the leftmost action card. So this one here says they're going to attack 1 plus this particular crest, and it's going to be a melee attack. So typically this would mean that you have to be orthogonally adjacent, but with the AI, they're always going to hit. Melee or a medium range attack means they're going to target the closest character, and a bow means it's long range and they're going to attack a character that's far away. So they're going to be attacking Whispyr, since Whispyr is only 3 away versus Aura is super far away out in the boonies. So they are going to attack us for 2. Now we can choose to block with one of these icons, which will block all the damage, but I don't know that we want to get rid of both of those cards. I guess we can get rid of this one because this will give us quite a good attack. So we're going to block 2 damage, and then they're going to use a star ability. For Akehna, we're going to look at her special card, and it says the star ability, if there are 2 or more of these blue crests, she's going to use Fatebringer, which is her ability. Otherwise, she's going to use the landmark ability of March 2. So she's going to move to spaces, but that doesn't bring her closer to any better bonuses, so she's actually just going to stay there. And then it's back to our turn. So we want to hit her. Oh, XCOM, sorry. Actually, we have +2 defense here, so we're going to use that instead of our card. Yeah, I knew there was a reason we moved there. Okay, now it's back to our turn. And what do we want to do? So we do have this 3 attack, which could be pretty good. And if we use that, then we can hopefully use, oh, we can't use the star because we can't use 2 of those in a round. So maybe what we'll do is we will use this Spirit Fangs. We're going to attack for 2 + 1 for a matching crest at a range of 4, and we can target up to 2 targets, which unfortunately right now doesn't really help us. So we're just going to go ahead and do that to attack. And we're going to discard our card here. We have defense +0, the rightmost card for 1, which means that 2 damage are going to get through. So we'll slide her health tracker down by 2. Then we've activated a card. I think we want to go ahead and prime these 2 because these symbols don't, I mean, it gives us +1 here, but I think we're fine with that. So let's go ahead and get these ready for defense and other like instances later on. Alrighty. And then, sorry, it's a hot mess over here, y'all. This is just our life. Okay, we're going to discard the top card, and it is Akehna's turn. This card is upside down. What the F? Okay, so moving, we are going to activate this bonus and move towards wherever has the most icons. So we have here and here both have 1. This is, the shortcuts don't count towards us. We have here, here, and here. And we're going to prioritize the one on the right. She would move here, but she can only move 1, 2, 3, which means that it's not a valid location because it's not reachable by her character. So we're gonna hold tight on that for right now. They're going to activate the rightmost card, and this is actually, this symbol here is a wild crest, so they're gonna get +1 to whatever card they activate. This is the only card, so she's going to attack the nearest character for 4. Oh my word, what? That's insane. Why? Y'all, what's happening? And we used our bonus already. Good. Perfect. I love that. I think we want to block 2 of those, even though this gives us a double star, which is like really good. Maybe just attack 1 because I don't think force is going to help us. Ow. So we take 3 damage. Yikes. That's like 1/3 of our health, y'all. Okay. And then they're going to refocus because they have 1 or less cards. Great. And now they are primed and ready to go. Okay, it's our turn. Can we use this double star? We can fly 4 and attack for 2. We can attack at a range for 2. We could also move for 5 and get closer and do an attack for 3 and then an attack for 3. I think that's what we want to do, but I'm really not sure if I want to be close to them. Let's just try it. So we can move for 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4. I'm just going to slide this down for right now. So we can see what's happening here. See the action. All right. The reason I went this way is because it's closer to this icon, which could be good. Then we're going to attack for 3 with our Stalking Strike for 3. So they are going to discard the top card, and they have a modifier of 0 with their leftmost card, which is 0 plus their sigils. Hey, 3 damage. What's up? Not looking so tough now. 1, 2, 3. So they're down to 7 health, just like us. And we start at 10, they start at 12. So suck it. And then we're going to attack for 2 plus our green crest here at a medium range, which we are within medium range. So we are going to attack for 3 again. And they are going to, okay. And actually here, since they don't have any active cards, they're not going to be able to defend this time. So we just get a sweet shot of 6. Boom, bringing it down to 5, 4. Get it. All right. Oh, and I forgot to move Aura. We're gonna go back and do that really quickly. 1, 2, and we'll move them a little closer. Maybe like 3 to where they can get some defense. Actually, I don't know that I want them to be able to. Yeah, we'll put them there. Maybe they can tank for us a bit. All right, so that's 1. And we did our movement already, so that's it for us. We're gonna flip this bad boy over and take our next turn. So Akehna is going to our new deck and discard the top card. As always, they're going to move. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can move to anywhere that has the most bonuses. This would be it. We have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. They're going to prioritize the lowest one, which is here, but they also have this. I don't know if we can get to here though. Let's see. 1, 2, wait. Now this is up here. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can actually get all the way down to the other corner. Wow. Good job. Hustle. And then they can activate their leftmost card, which are going to be 2 stars. They don't have the blue prime, so they are going to go ahead and activate their location ability, which is attack 2 at a medium range up to 2 targets. So since it's up to 2 targets, it's both of us, they're going to attack for 2. We can block 2 here, which might be good because then we can refocus and do some crazy stuff. And then we can, Aura can block for 2, so we're good there. Then they're going to use another star. Now, since we can't use this twice in a round, and since they don't have 2 blue sigils, they're going to do what's called a fallback ability, which is going to be an attack for 3 melee. And this can happen once per turn. So they're going to attack Aura for 3, fortunately. Or it can only block 2, so they're going to flip to their damaged side like so. And then it is back to our turn. So we have to take a second to refocus here. And then what can we do? We just need to punch her really hard. Whispyr in their damage state can't take any, or can't make any attacks. They can only take damage. So we need to figure out what we want to do here. And I think we just need to get 4 more damage in somehow. If we fly for 4 and use this ability, we can target her for 3. Oh, that's force though. That's not an attack. If we can use our star though, we could attack for 2 plus those sigils. So maybe we'll do Nimble Pounce because then that sets us up for Spirit Fangs as well. Or if we do this one, we can prime both these crests for this later, or do this one now, but we'd have to move first and we already used that. Okay, so we're gonna fly for 4 and then we're gonna do a location ability or our ability. Where can we fly though? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that put us in range of her? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's too far away then. Oh wait, no. That's a, y'all, I don't even know what I was thinking. That's a medium range attack right there. So instead, do we just move closer? What do we do? This is really tough. We need to get Whispyr closer so that we can actually damage her. Okay. If we move Aura as well, that gets rid of our bonus. Oh, this is not great. We can do a march action and then fly, which primes our crest, which doesn't do us anything here for fell swipe. Oh, we were getting so close, and now I don't know what to do. Help. Okay, we just need to get closer without getting too close, because she's gonna hit us real hard. So we're gonna take a move action, unfortunately. We can move 6. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh, I hate that. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we can't get over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't get to this shield and I need some defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna move here because if I can flip this and get the double punchy, that's pretty good. And then we're gonna move aura for 3 plus 2. And then it gives a punchy. So we'll move 3 plus 2, which is 5. That's how math works. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's under 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 away. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, too far away. We'll move here, which allows us to flip this card. Yep, good. Okay, so after I unjankify my cards here, I'm so sorry. This is a hot mess. Okay, cards are unjankified. That was our turn. We're gonna flip over this top card here. So we have 2 bonuses down here. Oh no, that's a double punchy. They have 4. Good, great. That was the plan. Then they're gonna activate the leftmost with a modifier of 1 Wildcrest. So they're gonna tap for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a ranged attack, so the farthest away, they're gonna prioritize less. So I guess they're gonna attack Aura for 6 and flip this over. Aura's just dead, y'all. Aura's just, she can only block 4. She's not supposed to die. It's been real, lady, but you know, put you over here in the graveyard. R.I.P. Aura. I'll have to take a moment of silence. That was disgusting. Cool, good. And then, oh wait, up to 2 targets? No. Six, good. I can defend 1. I'll have 1 health left. Just take it. I'm gonna just take all the damage. 7. We're down to 1 health. That is fantastic. That is exactly how I wanted this playthrough to go through. Oh my. Good. Good. We need to do 4 damage or we're gonna be dead. Excellent. Very good. What is happening? Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Nobody panic. Whatever. Our turn to do something. Can we even hurt her? Is that a thing we can do? We can punch for 1 more. What's our best punch? This punch? We can do 3 damage to up to 2 targets. A range of 4. Mistakes have been made. That's what we're gonna do. Even though that gives us our best chance of defending, so I guess we'll do this instead. But then we do 1 less damage. Not that it matters, because we can't freaking kill her anyway. We can fly for 4 to here. And we can attack for 2 at range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is too far away. Good. We need that defense. Oh my gosh. Maybe we just need to get to a point where we can defend ourselves. We can't even attack from now. We're just gonna do it and hope that she can't punch us too hard. Attack for 1 at range 5. Yeah, that actually will kill us. Cool, good, excellent. We're gonna do this. All right, we're gonna attack for 2. Plus 1 with the punchy. Flips back. At a range of 4, up to 2 targets. Not very helpful. So we're attacking her for a total of 3. We're gonna flip this card. Hopefully it's like a negative. Good. So we have 1 plus 0. So we do 2 damage, which brings her down to 2 health. We're getting close. And then we're gonna do something. The thing we're going to do is probably, I don't even know. None of these symbols help us. We just pass or refocus or prime something. We're gonna refocus. Flip this over. Good, double stars. Now it is Akehna's turn. Flippy, she can't move because there's nothing there. Can't activate a card because there's nothing there. And then she's going to refocus. Excellent. With 2 health left. If we can do 2 damage to her, we will win just barely. which punchy we want to do. Double punchy, force, and a thing, which isn't great, but we could fly to where we can get somewhere cool. Let's do that. We're going to use our ability first to fly for 4 and attack for 2. That's too close. This is too close. We can attack for 2. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. We can prime 1 first to get an attack for 3. But then we're kind of screwed if we can't block, and this is our best block card. What is happening? What is going on? We're going to use this to fly for... We're going to use that. We're going to fly for 4 and attack with the things. We're going to fly right down here. Nice and close, baby. Well, we're going to attack for 2, 3. This could be it, y'all. Leftmost card, block 1. Bop, bop. +0. Hey, 2, 3, let's go. All right, so we have just barely defeated Akehna with 1 health left right before a fully primed, well, almost fully primed round of hers. So there you have it. That is a playthrough of Battlecrest with Whispyr versus Akehna. So there you have it. That is a solo playthrough of Battlecrest. The first thing I'll start with is the first impression that I got of the game, which was gorgeous art, interesting characters, and a seemingly huge game in a small game package. That being said, trying to learn the solo rules without ever having played the game before was a little bit wearing on my brain. So I opted to play this 2-player game first and then watch some videos and try the solo play afterwards, which is how I would recommend doing it if you're able to and want to try the solo mode. As far as the 2-player game goes, like I said, this is a big game in a small game package. It did take a little while to learn the rules, and there were some iconography things that didn't come quite naturally, like the gem for force or the bow to show extra range versus extra power to a ranged attack. They aren't necessarily bad icons, but they weren't super intuitive to where I would just look at them and know, okay, yeah, this is how this works. This is how the landmarks flip. There was a lot of little back and forth rule checking that I kept having to kind of go back and reference in the rules as I played through. So this game does have a lot more investment up front in terms of learning the rules than some of Buttonshy's other titles, but being that it's a completely different genre of game than many of their other titles, I think that's pretty fair to say. It's just something to note because I personally wasn't prepared for that jumping in, and it threw me off just a little bit. Overall though, the 2-player game is, I find it really interesting. I love all the different abilities of the cards, and one of the things that I absolutely love is the multi-use of the ability cards. Deciding if you want to use a card for its actions, if you want to prime it to get the crest ready, if you want to save that card for a better defense later on, or if you want to refocus and have the other side of the card available. There are just so many cool things you can do with just 3 or 4 ability cards per character. The tension of how you use the cards and when you trigger them is really crucial because it's not a high scoring point game. Every little decision really matters, and every chain reaction, every bonus really counts. I also like the asymmetry of the characters and how some of them really focus on setting up longer chains, some of them focus on mobility and quick strikes as you saw in the playthrough. It just seems like a really cool way of making this game have a lot of replayability, not to mention the new map packs that will be coming out at some point in the future and some of the new characters, which I'm really looking forward to trying out. Now, as far as the solo play goes, as I said, it was a little bit challenging to learn, even on top of learning the base game. This was one that I definitely had to watch some gameplay of in order to wrap my mind around it. And the one thing that I will say is that the Imperator deck felt quite random. Now, I understand why you have to flip a card. If you left it, you would just have complete information about what your opponent would be doing and how they would block, which really doesn't fit with how you would interact with another player. But having a random card flip doesn't either. I feel like part of the reason why this shines as a 2-player game is very tactically being able to look at what they have, what you have, and thinking about how they might react to what you're going to do, anticipating that and staying a couple moves ahead. When you have a random deck of cards that you're going to flip over to see if they defend or to see which card they activate, it doesn't necessarily emulate that in the best way possible. What would the best way possible be, you say? I honestly don't know, but that was something that I did feel was a little bit lacking between the 2-player game carrying over into the solo mode. Now, even though it didn't perfectly emulate that experience for me, overall it was really well balanced. I always find the solo games to be a tight match. I really have to be on my toes. So overall, if you're looking at Battlecrest as a 2-player game and you're into tactical games, willing to invest a little bit more upfront in learning the rules, definitely check this one out. And though I personally prefer this for 2 players, if you're a solo gamer who likes that tactical head-to-head puzzle and don't mind a little bit of randomness with the Imperator deck, this is definitely one that you can check out as well. And that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please leave a like. You can also subscribe and click the bell for notifications. And let me know in the comments below, which of these Battlecrest characters would you be most interested in trying out for your first playthrough? Thank you again to buttonshy for providing me with a review copy of Battlecrest, and thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Bye. Ba, 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 ba.